This is I've Got Scars, baby.
So what would you say, how can we as a community, as women, show up for our young Black men in a way that they can fully receive it?
Ooh, try not to fall out your chair because I'm going to try to get all this in.
No. Okay.
All right. So the first is, do not treat him negative because you don't like his daddy. Okay. Now, the relationship didn't work out. Maybe he was no good all along, but do not treat that Black male child negative because you do not like the father. Mm-hmm. Also, with that, don't make negative statements. You just like your daddy. Don't make statements like that because he's not just like his father. Mm-hmm. He is a young man who is developing and who is making some right choices and some wrong choices like all of us do in life. Yeah. So always speak positivity to him and into him. The next thing I would say is be honest with him. Give him critical feedback. When he's making missteps, don't be quiet and silent and say, well, I saw him doing it, but I wasn't going to say nothing because you can't tell him nothing. Give him critical feedback, but don't give him critical feedback at the table in front of everybody, right? Don't give him critical feedback at the July 4th holiday picnic. Y'all, let me tell you all the stuff Tony don't do. That's not critical feedback. You're embarrassing him. It's going to cause him to shut down. Critical feedback is, I'm just going to pick a place because on the side of your bed, you sit there, he sit right next to you, and you're having a conversation about some observable behaviors he's done and some suggestions of what you would like to see him turn those behaviors around, and let him respond and comment about it. And y'all have a conversation, because one of the things that we want to get Black men to do, and what sisters can really be helpful in our young Black men, is to make us feel guilty when we're thinking of making a mistake or a poor choice, because we'll remember that conversation we had with you, and when we probably might be a little white line or something with the friend, we might want to put our nose to it. We'll think about that conversation that we had and be like, no, you know what, y'all, I'm good. I'm gonna head home. So really keeping the open line of communication there. The other thing too is don't speak ill of women, right? Like, oh, women ain't no good. They ain't gonna do nothing but take your money. They ain't about nothing. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them. So don't have negative conversations about your own gender, because he's going to develop negative thoughts about Black women in his mind. And that's not going to bode well into his future relationship. Either he's going to end up not wanting relationships with Black women, period, or he's going to have toxic relationships where he's going to treat them as negative individuals, or he may develop a disinterest in women altogether and start seeking other genders. So there's so many things that could happen from having negative comments about women, or she looked like a hoochie and all those kind of things. So in short, I want to say, love on Black men, give them critical feedback, and keep an open line of communication, and stay loving.